Throwing on first down is Breeze. Bryant with a catch right side. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there. And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Call it a gain of a couple there as it'll leave him with a second and just 3.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. Remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
That's called by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there at 22. They go play action now. Jackson steps away to his left. And that's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Flushed out right. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he gets it down to the 32. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I think that was a pretty good read right there. They caught him in zone defense and went to the hitch. And because they're in zone, that creates a natural space between the defenders and the receiver, able to get it to him quickly and let him get upfield.
8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy, make sure he doesn't get hurt, He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. John Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. And this one through the uprights and good. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Ready. Yellow lady.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. Alvin Kamara really settling into the league in his 2nd season. And, of course, he came out of Tennessee, but not a lot of people remember he started at Alabama.
He did and got caught in that big mix of running backs at Bama. And they like those bigger, thicker runners, as guys who can break down defenses through the middle. Alvin Kamara ended up leaving Alabama, going to a junior college for a while. I believe he went to Hutchinson Junior College before matriculating at Tennessee and finding his way to the NFL, where he is now a star.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Weddle. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 16. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The defensive rookie of the year, Marshawn Lattimore, there in coverage for New Orleans.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this 1st quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there. Wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Crabtree the target on that one, and it's 3rd down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're 1 to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Ty Montgomery, 84 yards. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Ready. Yellow lady. Yellow lady.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Gone, 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 gone.
On second down, here's Jackson. Brought in left side by Snead. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. On second down, Kamara. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atoned for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They go play action with Jackson. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Gone, 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 gone. Set, blue 90, blue 90. Under 10, under 10, 10.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation.
On 3rd down, Mark Ingram. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Being chased out left. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for Crabtree that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
Gone! Here we go now.
Play action. Now Jackson. Space to maneuver at the 40. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Gone!
Now Jackson. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Give him 30 yards there. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Now it's Jackson. That's complete right around the 8. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective,
All right,
able to
now,
stop
look
him
at
before he could
56.
get a good head of steam going.
Here's Jackson to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Willie Snead with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And the lead will grow by one more. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. The dangerous Hill now to return. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Here we go. Ready. Yellow lady.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed.
Ready. Waiting.
From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Dancing to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Jackson eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Andrews, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens add on.
Brandon, remind me again, this is a rookie quarterback we're seeing?
A rookie indeed.
I mean, because my eyes are telling me something I'm having trouble believing. 5 touchdown passes. He's thrown 5 in this game. Are you kidding me?
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. The return man is Hill. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Ready. We waiting. Check 48 to Mike. Check.
The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this.
Easy, kill. Ready. We're waiting.
On 2nd down, here's Breeze. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He lost 2 there. And it's 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read. Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Baltimore offense.
It's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. Blue line it.
Here's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Back deep for the Saints is Ted Ginn. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here. With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Ready. You ready? Ready for shot.
A give. This is Kamara. Room past the 20. And they will finally get him down at the 28. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line.
Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Jackson now. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Now, that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense. Get the ball.
And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Breeze on the draw, gives to Kamara. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Ready? What's that?
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. And that's another great play to come away with the football.
Buying time to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sheldon Rankins in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Escaping the pressure right. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he's able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Got a man that's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Ravens continue to pour it on. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints coming out now to take the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Ready. We're waiting.
Right back to him on 1st down. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Hey, 4 down. Ready. We're waiting.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Saints on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Ready. We're waiting.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 10. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the road
true.
to be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
A right side catch by Crabtree. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Jackson forced out to his left. Wide open receiver complete. And he will be marked down inside of New Orleans 10. And that one results in 35 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
And this is going to be caught? No, they say it's incomplete.
That was a difficult catch, and I admire the fact that he actually caught the football, worked so hard to get his feet down inbounds, tried to do the toe tap. My dad's an accomplished tap dancer. I'm not sure he would have gotten his feet in on that one.
Is he really?
Yeah, that he is.
How about that? What about Young Davis?
No, it did not. It did not cross.
It didn't carry over.
No, it stopped right there.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
What you just saw there, 1st-round talent, 2nd year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play, and it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy, so that sophomore season is big for them.
They really started to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early. to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Detroit! Detroit!
They go play action now. Jackson. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough third down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Play action. It's Jackson. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And that goes as a gain of 37 on third down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. Now Jackson on first down. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Alex Okafor in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Back now in Baltimore. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Detroit! Detroit!
Jackson from the shotgun. And he's going to go down again. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
He sets to fire deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big-time third down play for the Ravens. 42 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19.
On first and 10, it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. And this one's incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And it'll bring up third down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
On third down, Jackson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The defensive rookie of the year, Marshawn Lattimore, there in coverage for New Orleans. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Ready. Ready. Ready.
They run it again with Kamara. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. Calling an 8-yard gain, much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
The Saints on 3rd down, as bad as you can be, 0 for 7 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Ready. We're waiting.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
3 down. Ready. We're waiting.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
We got 3. Ready. We're waiting.
Kamara. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Ready. We're waiting. 48.
On the ground, Kamara. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
3 down. Ready. We're waiting.
Running with Kamara. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Hey, guys, check me out. Ready. We're waiting.
On 2nd down, Ingram churning. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Gone. Now let's go. Blue line it.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They give him a gain of 38.
And they just hit another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
The age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Alex Okafor getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The Ravens on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Marcus Williams.
So it's 3rd and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they're bringing an extra defensive back and just blanket the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Hey. Ready. Yellow waiting.
Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Ready. Yellow waiting.
Ingram again, first down carry. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Baltimore, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Saints, the downward spiral continues as they drop to 0-6 now. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game guest